So we're a few weeks down the line from the release of Age of Empires 4. And I've been asked quite a few times, are you doing a review? Where's your review? And I've been honestly putting it off because I've been waiting for a patch. And that patch has finally arrived. Okay, it's a hotfix. But we're 3 weeks down the line, people. A hotfix should have been week 1. This is 3 weeks later, and our hotfix fixes one major issue. I can say straight away, Age of Empires 4 has a solid foundation. But I shouldn't need to say that about a AAA title, the same as I said this about New World from Amazon. It's got a solid foundation, but it's buggy as hell. It's full of exploits, and that hasn't stopped being an issue, and every time they patch that game, they add more problems. Now we're back to Age of Empires 4. It's got a solid foundation, but it's got loads of bugs, loads of exploits, and loads of text errors that have been there since the beta, and they haven't fixed them. Now, they've had 3 weeks to fix some of these bugs, and we're talking about game-breaking exploits, not balance changes. I can forgive that. I can forgive them not fixing the tech tree, or little bits of text in tooltips. I can forgive all that if they had just fixed the exploits, and they haven't. What did the patch notes actually say? They've made changes to improve performance. Fine. Steam users are now able to link their Xbox Live accounts in-game. Did that really need to be in a hotfix? Is that urgent? Some users reported health bars disappearing during gameplay regardless of their setting selections. Again, I mean, it's not game-breaking per se. The Mongol town centre capital can no longer be placed directly next to their opponent's town centre. It must now be placed 20 tiles away. Great. That's fixed one of the major bugs in the game. But I say major bugs. But the actual bug that is causing this to be even an issue more than anything else is the fact that the Mongol technology superior mobility is adding a lot more than 50% speed to the packed up buildings. So that's the reason you can race your town centre across the map like a race car. If that wasn't an issue, then you probably wouldn't even need this fix in place necessarily. Maybe they'd still get to your base, but it would take them longer. And I mean, they do acknowledge in their known issues section that that is an issue. What else is in their known issues section? So, a known issue, replays from the previous patch are not compatible with the current patch. Well, that's not a known issue, really. That's a fact, and you stated before the release that that was going to be an issue, or not even an issue, that it just was going to be the case. Then they say the requirements text for the Mongols' town centre capital does not call out the necessity to be placed in an explored area. Really? That's definitely not the biggest issue in terms of tooltip errors. I can definitely say that. Then they've got an issue which I'm kind of annoyed they've put here to some extent because it's drawing attention to it and more people are going to know about it. So one of the issues, it's an exploit in the game, is the infinite relic duplication for the Rus civilization. I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but basically there is an exploit that allows you to get infinite relics and have unlimited gold and resources because of the technologies you can obviously do related to relics. For me, the infinite relic duplication is something that should have been fixed in this patch. That's a major game-breaking bug. It should have been fixed. Another exploit, which isn't mentioned here, is the fact that you can make yourself infinite Khans. So the Khan is the scouting and command unit, if you will, for the Mongols. And it is possible, using an exploit, to have a huge number of these. Not only that, but it will produce them over and above the 200 pop cap limit. So you can have your army of however many soldiers, and then cause the game to spawn a ridiculous amount of Khans. I mean, there's videos showing people spawning 30, 40, 50 of these things. And they're very strong units. You know, they're the command units to some extent, and they get stronger through the ages. And that one isn't even on their known issues list. They have a known issues list on their website. It has 11 items on it. There are so many more bugs, exploits, and text errors than 11 that are listed on their website. So I don't know who's in charge of it, or anything like that, but they're not doing a very good job. Or indeed, they're not being allowed to do a good job. And this is my big concern with Age of Empires 4. There are a lot of fingers in this pie. You've got Relic, you've got World's Edge, and then you've got Microsoft. 3 teams of people all working on this game, all looking at patches, all making decisions. When a bug's fixed, what is the process here? How long is Microsoft testing it for? Was this hotfix actually done 4 weeks ago before the game was even released, and we've been waiting this long for Microsoft to agree to release it? If that's the case, then we have a major problem, or more Microsoft do. And this needs to be looked at. They need to be able to release hotfixes rapidly. It's a hotfix, for heaven's sakes. At week 3 after release, I'd be expecting the first reasonable sized patch, not a hotfix. A hotfix should be done on day 1, the first week, the first 2 weeks. And then there should be a patch, and then there should be a hotfix to fix anything that went wrong with the patch. But we've had limited communication from the dev team, limited communication from Microsoft. They've gone out of their way to hire community reps and things like that. It would just be nice to see some communication from these people. The game's out. The secrecy could probably be dialed back a little bit. You know, it's not like they're hiding what's in the game anymore. They need to start being a little bit more open, talking about the patches, talking about their plans. When are we getting another hotfix? When are they going to fix these issues? When are they going to release a proper patch that deals with balance and things like that? None of this is on the timetable, because we don't have a timetable. So yeah, that's all a bit of a rant, because I'm pretty disappointed, as a lot of people are. And you'll notice from other big YouTubers who are much bigger than me, they're feeling the same way. We were expecting something a little bit more substantial in terms of fixing the exploits more than anything else. Balancing and all that can wait, just fix the big exploits. That's what should have been in this patch 3 weeks down the line. The fact it isn't is concerning for the future of the game. And while the game is a lot of fun, the campaigns are a lot of fun. The AI is quite disappointing and not very difficult, even on the higher settings. You know, they need to look at that. The multiplayer can be a lot of fun with your friends. It can be a lot of fun 1v1. But the fact that these exploits exist is a big problem. And, you know, it is cropping up. People are using these exploits in multiplayer. I'm left in a situation where part of me would want to recommend this game, and part of me would say, don't waste your time at the moment, because they're not patching it properly, and they're not communicating. And for the benefit of those who would rush to defend the dev team, I'm not saying that it's definitely the dev team's fault. I'm saying that there is clearly a problem in the process of releasing a patch. Because I know from previous experience in other games that Microsoft test things for a long time before they release them. So it's very possible that that is part of the issue, rather than the patch not being ready. And there's also the aspect of the fact we had the Genesis tournament, so that would have played a role in it not releasing till Monday rather than before the weekend. So where does that leave us? Well, the patch has left me with more questions than answers, so I'm going to leave this video there. As always, please do like, share and subscribe, and let me know what you think about the game down below. Let me know what you think about the patch, because I'm curious what everyone else thinks. Do you think it's enough, or do you think 3 weeks down the line we should be seeing more than we are? Thanks very much for watching again, and I hope everyone has a great week.